It was supposed to be an ordinary excursion, a lazy day of sunbathing and sailing through turquoise waters. The six of us, an eclectic mix of old friends and strangers bound by a group tour, had booked the trip with nothing more in mind than escaping the monotony of our lives back on the mainland. We couldn't have known that a single unplanned detour would lead us to something uncharted, unsettling, and unforgettable. Yet something about it felt wrong. It wasn't marked on any of the maps on board, and the GPS showed only open water where the island clearly stood. "Must be a private island," the captain muttered, though his tone wavered. Curiosity got the better of us. We begged the captain to let us anchor and explore. He hesitated, but eventually the promise of tips from a group of over-eager tourists won him over. It started small, a rustling in the trees, the sound of footsteps where none of us were walking. Then the island began to shift. Paths that had been clear moments ago twisted into dense thickets. Rock formations rearranged themselves, opening up new trails that hadn't been there before. Julia let out a startled yelp when the tide pools abruptly drained and refilled, revealing strange, glittering stones beneath the surface. And then came the memories. As we ventured deeper inland, the island began to show us things, scenes from our lives, moments we had long since buried or forgotten. In the clearing of a grove, I saw my childhood bedroom, right down to the crooked poster above my bed. It was as vivid as if I had just stepped back in time. Ella gasped when she stumbled upon a tree whose bark morphed into a carving of her late sister's face. She dropped her camera, clutching her chest as tears streamed down her face. How does it know?" she whispered. The others experienced similar phenomena. Julia found a necklace she had lost as a teenager, sitting in the middle of an otherwise barren rock. Tom came across an old baseball glove, the initials carved into the leather unmistakably his father's. The island wasn't just reflecting our memories, it was pulling them from us, manifesting them in ways we couldn't explain. At first, it felt magical. We were mesmerized, drawn deeper into the island's strange embrace, but the longer we stayed, the more sinister it became. The memories stopped being pleasant. I found myself standing in front of a withered, blackened tree that radiated an oppressive, familiar grief. It was the same tree under which I cried the day my parents divorced, a memory I had locked away for years. Mike, normally the unshakable jokester of the group, broke down when he stumbled upon a cabin that mirrored the one where his brother had died. And Tom screamed when he saw the jungle open up to reveal his childhood home in flames. "What is this place?" Ella cried, her voice ragged. "It's not just showing us, it's feeding on us." We tried to leave, retracing our steps to the beach, but the island wouldn't let us. The paths twisted and looped back on themselves, leading us in circles. The sky grew darker, though no stars appeared. The air thickened with an invisible weight that pressed on our chests, and the sweet scent that had once been alluring now felt suffocating. The island seemed alive, shifting with each step we took, as though it were reacting to our fear and confusion. His belongings were left behind, his last words echoing in our ears. "I think I see my mom." We searched for him, but deep down, we knew. The island had claimed him. By the third day, the memories began to blur into reality. I found myself questioning what was real and what was the island's doing. Was I still me, or was I just another echo of the past? Julia and Mike had stopped speaking, their eyes hollow as they wandered aimlessly. Ella clung to her camera like it was the only thing tethering her to herself. The island wanted us to stay. I could feel it in my bones, in the way the ground seemed to grip my feet, in the way the jungle whispered my name, but I wasn't ready to become another memory etched into its ever-shifting landscape. In the end, it was Ella who found the way out, or what we hoped was a way out. But part of me knew it wasn't truly gone. It would wait, as it always had, for the next group to wander too close, for the next souls to feed on. We never spoke of what happened, not to each other or anyone else. But sometimes, late at night, I dream of the island, and when I wake I can still smell that sweet, suffocating scent. A group of tourists discovers an uncharted island that reacts to them, revealing forgotten memories and manifesting their deepest fears. The longer they stay, the harder it becomes to leave, as the island seems intent on claiming them as part of its ever-changing landscape.